Hello children, Ammu&You is back again with Ammu with a new story for all of you. I really love telling stories to you, and I would love it even more if I get some comments from you. How you like the story, what would you like me to tell you, etc., etc. Anything about the story that I tell you. Now today I have got a story, Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. This is a story from the Arabian Nights, and this book has been written by Indrani Vohra. Long time ago, in Persia, there lived two brothers, Qasim and Alibaba. Now, Qasim got married to the daughter of a rich man, and so he got all the money of that rich man and became rich. He had a shop which had all luxury goods, and he considered himself very lucky and rich. Alibaba, on the other hand, married a sweet girl, but she was poor, and so Alibaba could not be rich. Alibaba was a woodcutter by profession. He would go to the forest every day to cut wood, and then he would go and sell the dry wood in the market. One day, while he was cutting wood, he heard the noise of some horses galloping. He looked, he couldn't see anything. And then he tried to look afar, and he saw that many people riding horses were coming towards him. They all had their faces covered with a cloth. Seeing that, Alibaba guessed that they had to be thieves, because only thieves would not want their faces to be seen. Now, thinking that if the thieves saw him there, they might harm him in any way, so he climbed up a tree to see what all of these would do. He climbed up and he counted that they were 40 in all. They all came and stood near a rock very close to where Alibaba was. And in front of the rock, the leader of these thieves went and shouted, "Open sesame." Now, sesame means open yourself in English. As soon as he said these two magical words, Alibaba saw that the rock opened, it shifted, and there was a cave inside. Alibaba was absolutely astonished. And then he saw that all the 40 thieves on their horses went inside the cave. And the cave was shut again by the same rock. Now Alibaba, in fear, could not come down. After a while, he saw the rock moving again and the mouth of the cave opening. And all those 40 thieves on their horses came out. And the leader again turned back and said, "Shut, sesame." And all of them galloped away. Alibaba was absolutely amazed and wanted to find out if these two magical words that he had heard the leader using really would it work. So he came down off the tree and he went near the rock and he said again, "Open sesame." And the rock opened, it moved aside. Alibaba went inside the cave, and after reaching, his eyes were dazzled with all the precious stones and gold and heaps of jewelry all around. There was so much of wealth inside the cave. He immediately understood that all of these things had been stolen by the thieves. He saw and then thought, "Let me get out before they come back." And he quickly called out to the cave, to the rock to open, "Open sesame." And he stepped out. After stepping out, he gave the order, "Shut sesame." And he ran back home. Now, he was so astonished that he went and shared this with his brother Qasim. Hearing this, Qasim felt greedy. Now, Alibaba did not think that Qasim would be greedy because Qasim, as it is, was a rich man. But now Qasim said he wanted to go and see all those riches for himself. Alibaba said, "Please don't go. What if the thieves return when you are inside?" But lo, Qasim would not listen. He immediately went to the forest and stood in front of the rock and said the magical words, "Open sesame." And to his joy, he saw the rock sliding away and making place for him. Qasim walked in and he was absolutely overwhelmed by what he saw. Glittering gold, diamond, precious stones, heaps of wealth all around. He thought, "Let me take all of this back and I will become richer and richer." So he was just thinking of how to take all of that when suddenly he heard the rock slide by. The thieves had come. The thieves entered, and when they entered, they found who? Qasim. They were so angry that how could someone just enter the cave, that they killed him. They just cut off his head and killed him. Leaving the dead body of Qasim there, the next day they went out for stealing again. Now Qasim did not return. So Qasim's wife went to Alibaba and said, "Where is your brother? He has not returned since yesterday morning. Do you have any idea where your brother is?" Alibaba was shocked. He thought there is something wrong with his brother, that he did not return the previous day. He told his wife that, "Let me go and find out." And he immediately ran to the forest. He reached the rock, and there, standing in front of him, first, you know what, he checked, he waited. Was there any noise? Were the thieves inside? He was not very sure, but he just listened. And when he found there was no noise, he stood in front of the rock and said the magical words, "Open sesame." And the rock slid away. Quickly, Alibaba entered the cave. And what did he see? He was shocked to see his brother lying there headless and blood all over. He started sobbing that, "Brother, I had warned you against coming here. You did not listen to me, and now look what has happened to you." But he could not stay there for long because he knew that the thieves could be back any time. So he picked his brother's body and went out of the cave and ordered the rock to shut again. "Shut, Sesame," and carried his brother home. After reaching home, he showed the dead body to his wife. His wife was very, very sad. She started crying, and Alibaba quietly, with the help of Marjana, she was a loyal servant of Qasim. He took her help and both of them buried Qasim. Here in the forest, the thieves returned, and in the cave, when they saw that Qasim's body was not there, immediately they could put two and two together, and they understood that someone had got to know their secret, and someone had come inside and had taken back the body. Who could that be? They needed to find out. Otherwise, their secret would be out. They could tell the police, and even all their wealth could be taken by the person who knows the secret. So, they started inquiring in the village. They started asking without raising a doubt in anybody's mind. And while going from here and there, listening to people, they just got to know that Alibaba's brother Qasim had been recently buried. They understood that it had to be Alibaba. They asked people and said, where does this person called Alibaba stay? I have some work with him. So someone pointed out the house of Alibaba, and the leader came and he put a cross on the door of Alibaba. Why did he put the cross, children? To identify the door, so that at night he would come back with his men or send his men to kill Alibaba. He then went away. Now Marjana was very clever. She was Qasim's maid. She had seen this leader putting a cross over the door. She thought, why is this man putting a cross on Alibaba's door? What did she do? She put a similar cross on all the houses' doors that were in the neighborhood. Now at night, the leader of the thieves sent his men, go, there is this house with a cross, go and kill the owner. So his men went and they found crosses on all doors. They could not know that which one is the door that actually had the owner they had to kill. So this plan failed. Now the leader of the thieves, he thought that this guy is very clever. We have to make another plan. And after some days, what did he do? He put 40 jars like this in a cart, and he drew the cart and reached Alibaba's house, knocked and said, knock, 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 knock. Alibaba said, yes, what is it that I can do for you? He said, I am very tired. I am an oil merchant, and I have these barrels of oil with me, which I am taking to the town to sell. I need some rest. Can I have some rest in your house, please? Alibaba was very kind. He said, yes, sure, do come in and have some rest and have a meal with us. So he told Marjana to cook a meal. Now, as luck would have it, while going to cook a meal, Marjana saw that there was no oil. So she thought, I need just a little oil to cook right now. If I go to the market to get oil, it would get late. So let me take some oil from the barrel. There are so many barrels. The merchant won't know. So what was in the barrel, or each barrel? There was one thief sitting there inside. And the plan was that when the leader who was sitting out with Alibaba would send a signal, they would all come out of their barrels and kill Alibaba. So they all sat waiting inside. Now Marjana came, and as she opened the first barrel which had oil, the leader had shown them. The barrel next to him, the thief heard that noise and he thought that it was his master. He said, do we need to come out now? As he said this, Marjana got suspicious and realized that this is something wrong happening here. So she changed her voice and said in a gruff voice, no, not yet. Then she took the oil, went and cooked, and they all had dinner. Then, after cooking, she heated the oil, and taking the oil, hot burning oil, she poured them one by one. She poured it one by one in each of the barrels. And the thieves started screaming, and they were all dead. Only the leader remained. He was aghast, and hearing the scream of his friends, he ran away. Now he reached the forest again and was very angry. He said, what is this? What does this poor woodcutter think of himself? He tried to fool me? Wait, let him see. So after some days again, he came dressed as a silk merchant with flowing silk robes, and he hid a dagger here inside his robe, with the plan that as soon as he gets a chance, he would take out that dagger and kill him. Now, he came there again. Alibaba couldn't recognize him. Again he said, I'm a traveler. I'm tired. Can I get some rest there, please, at your place? Alibaba welcomed him, said, yes, sure, come and have a meal with us. While having a meal, he requested Marjana, Marjana, this is our honored guest. Can we have a small dance from you to welcome him, to entertain him? Marjana said, Ji Huzur, yes, sir. And when they were seated, Alibaba and that thief leader, she started dancing in front of them. Now, she was already suspicious of this man, and while dancing here and there, the robe of the leader slightly just got shifted, and she could see the gleam of the dagger. Immediately she knew that this was an enemy. So while dancing, her steps, she came to him, took out the dagger out of his robe and showed Alibaba. The merchant was taken aback. And what did Marjana do? She took the dagger and stabbed the merchant. The thief thief was dead, and that was the end of all the 40 thieves. Now Alibaba was very impressed with the smartness that Marjana showed all along. So he asked her to marry his only son. She readily agreed, and then Alibaba with his son went to the cave and got all the wealth, and they became very, very rich. They started living happily thereafter. So children, I hope you like the story. What did you learn from this story? Every story has a message, children, you know. It is for us to understand it and take it. Now this story shows, first, that we should not be greedy like Qasim. Second, we need to be careful. We should not act impulsively as he did. He heard from his brother and ran away. One should be careful, think properly the actions and only then act. Then you need to be smart and always alert like Marjana. She was such a loyal help that she saved her master. Now it was Alibaba who was her master and his wife from being killed by these thieves. And not only once, she saved them twice. All good comes around to you. So, since Alibaba was kind-hearted and good, he became rich and wealthy and got Marjana, a good girl, a smart girl, as the wife of his son. If you've liked the video, children, please tell your parents to like, comment, share and subscribe if they haven't yet. You can hit the bell icon. Now doing this, we grow the family of Ammu&You. So stay happy, stay safe, help your parents and read books, storybooks. I will come with another story next week. Till then, thank you. Bye bye. Ammu&You.